Hello, Bronco fans and football fans everywhere. Welcome to Broncos Breakdown on the MHRT network, as well as my own channel, Broncos Breakdown on YouTube. This is a show that is everything Broncos and brought to you with emotion, passion, honesty, and of course, my comments along with yours in the chat. I am your host, Bronco Bill. All right, guys, before I get started into this, today was supposed to be the bet payoff that Mudungus Creevy and myself made at the beginning before the first game of the season, which was the Broncos against Seattle. I said the Broncos would not win that game. He swore up and down. He goes, there ain't no chance in the world Denver's going to win the game, blah, blah, blah. I said, no. He goes, all right, you want to bet? And I said, sure. So then the bet was if the Broncos won, I would have to host a show on Friday before the first Charger game, which would be called the Charger. What was it called? Chargers. Forgot already. Chargers. What the heck was it? Not Broncos Breakdown. Oh, Chargers Checkdown. It was called Chargers Checkdown. Well, Mudungus lost because the Broncos lost, like I said they would. So he was supposed to do it tonight. But in his defense, his son is playing a junior varsity playoff game or a varsity playoff game tonight. So he's not going to do it today, but he's going to do it before the last Broncos-Chargers game later on the season. So I'm going to hold him to it because I know he'd hold it to me. So I'm definitely going to hold him to it. But anyways, that's the reason why it's Broncos Breakdown tonight and not Chargers Checkdown with Mudungus doing a solo show. That's the reason. All right, guys. Let's bring up the main topics. There they are. And before we get going, let me go to the comments real quick. Holy smokes. Spence is in the house. All right, I'm going to play it. So I got to get to a different, hang on. Let me play that for you, Spence. Hang on. Let me get to it. It's not going to have the lineup on there, but let me get to it. So here it is, Spence. You ready? Let's make sure it's the right one. All right, here you go, Spence.
To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
There you go, buddy. There you go. Like I said, Spence is in the chat. He says, let me bring it up real quick. He starts out by saying, ready for some fun, 2 alcohol, and number 4, Corona. Number 4, Kona beer, Hawaiian beer. All right. Then he follows that up by saying, because he's been waiting, ready for some fun, alcohol, and beer number 5. Wow. Absolutely. Yes, Chargers Checkdown will not be tonight with Mudungus Creevy. It will be before the second Chargers game. So that ought to be fun. All right, let's get into the very first topic. With all these topics and these buttons and stuff I got to push, I'm not slow on it. It would be easier if I had it chronologically ordered, but it's not. All right, let's get into the first one. The recap of the Broncos Raiders game. Now, if just in case you guys are wondering, I might look off to my TV screen, which is right adjacent to my desk right here. If you notice down below right here, it says Padres beat LA as in Dodgers, Broncos beat LA as in Chargers. So I got the game on, or it should be coming on. I can't stand the Dodgers. And my nephew and my grandson are Padre fans, so I'll pull them. All right, back to the topics. Broncos Raiders recap. Okay, in this game, it was a Denver home game. They had their 1977 throwback uniforms, I should say, that they wore when they beat the Raiders in 1977 to go to the Super Bowl, which they lost to the Dallas Cowboys. But that beside the point. It was a reminder of what the Broncos did back then when the Raiders were what the Chiefs are today, and that is constantly dominating the division. So the Broncos broke that out, and it looked like, for all intents and purposes, that reminder of beating the Raiders wasn't going to happen. Denver trailed 10-3 early on. The Raiders drove down the field, and as Minshew rolled out to his left, there was a defender in his way, so he threw it over the defender, but he also threw it over his receiver. And Patrick Surtain intercepted it, came in from about 3 or 4 yards deep in the end zone, rushed up to the goal line, caught the ball, and ran it back uncontested for a 100-yard pick six. That tied the game 10-10. Instead of Denver being down possibly 17-3 or even 13-3, Patrick Surtain's interception was huge, big time huge. That changed the dynamics of the game. Absolutely changed the dynamics of the game. Denver went on to roll and eventually just blew away the Raiders and won 34-18. Reason why it's 18, because they went for two. They're trying to keep it like a 2-score game or whatever. But in any case, Denver rolled. There were no interceptions by Bo Nix. There was 3 interceptions, 2 by Patrick Surtain and 1 by, I want to say Bass. No, that's it. Wasn't it? Was it Bass? See, somebody in the chat help me out. I don't remember who the other one is, but there were 3 interceptions. There were multiple sacks on Minshew, and finally, the Raiders pulled Minshew and put in their backup quarterback. Minshew was just getting lit up, man, just getting lit up. So Broncos win that game. They go to a 3-2 record. They won 3 in a row, and this coming Sunday, it will be the Broncos at home against the Chargers, and I'll get into a little bit of that later on. There's some topics dealing with that as well, so we'll definitely get into that. But final score once again: Broncos 34, Raiders 18. We snapped the losing streak of the Raiders. I believe it was at 8 games. So last year we snapped the Chiefs. This year we snapped the Raiders. Things are moving upward, guys. Things are moving upward and looking a lot better than they have in the last 7 years. All right, let's get to some of the comments before we go to the next topic. Christopher Earl Ashley is in the chat. Says, how will Alex Forsythe play for center? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm really hoping it's a lot better. I mean, last week we saw Bo Nix was in the shotgun or the pistol. I don't think he does a pistol, but he was in the shotgun, and the center hiked the ball like Nix was under center. Now, I've never played center in football, but I would think if you could feel some guy's hand or some hand, on your backside, then you would know he's there. And if you don't feel it, why would you snap it like you felt it? I don't know. Anyways, going back to the question, Christopher, I really don't know. I hope he plays well. I really do. This is going to be a tough game, guys. It's going to be a tough game. Chargers have Khalil Mack and they have Bosa. And both of them are going to they're going to pin their ears back and they're going to come after Bo Nix. They're going to see what Bo Nix can do. Because if you remember, guys, in Seattle's game, week 1, Bo Nix looked rattled against the Seattle defense, against their defense, their pass rush. He looked rattled. And yes, he's had 5 games under 5. We're 3-2, Bill. Come on. We've had 5 games under our belt. So he feels a lot better, I'm assuming, than he did in week 1, obviously. But hey, when you got a Nick Bosa and you got a Khalil Mack coming off the edge, and we got some O-line injuries, and I'll get into that as well. I'm telling you guys, it's not going to be an easy week. It's not going to be not going to be an easy game by any stretch of the imagination. I don't care what anybody says. Seriously, it's not going to be easy. Can we win this game? I'll get into that at the end of the show. All right. Riley Moss. Thanks, Christopher. Riley Moss. Yeah, I don't know why I said Bassey, but yeah, Riley Moss. You're right. Oh, Alex and Bo played together in Oregon. Okay, that's great. Thanks, Christopher. I really do appreciate it. So there's some chemistry there. But we thought we had chemistry with Troy Franklin. And it doesn't seem to have too much chemistry. That overthrow against the Raiders, wide open in the end zone. And overthrow. Now, maybe that's just Bo Nix being amped up. I don't know. But in any case, that's great. The familiarity is always a positive. Always a positive. Now, the NFL is totally different than college. I get that. But it's still a great familiarity. You know their tendencies. You know what they can and cannot do. So that's good stuff. Rudy, you cannot go there, dude. Just feel the lotion. Come on, man. I'm not going to bring that up. Let's see. Kamani Dixon is in the chat. What is up, my friend? It said, Bronco Bill, what do you think about Bo Nix? After 5 games, I didn't feel good about him against Seattle because I even said we'd lose, and I won that bet with Madungus. I thought we would beat the Steelers because of like the quote revenge thing against Russell Wilson. That didn't happen. I was a little nervous, a little concerned. Everybody kept saying, to me, hey, he's a rookie. And I'm like, I don't care if he's a rookie. Everybody says he's like the best quarterback coming out of the draft this year. I expect greatness. And I know it's a learning curve. I get it. But man alive, after game 3, I forgot who we played in game 3, but we won that game. Oh, we won by a point. No, that was the Jets. Yeah, the Jets. And then, or the Tampa Bay first, I'm sorry, against Tampa Bay, and we beat them. That game shocked me. I never saw that coming. I didn't see that coming at all. Here, let me turn my sound off my watcher. I didn't see that coming at all. I thought it'd be flip-flop. I thought we'd lose to Tampa Bay and beat the Jets. But we did both. We beat Tampa Bay and we beat the Jets. And then last week, we beat the Raiders. So Bo Nix is coming around. I really like the way he plays. I just don't like a lot of the play calling from Sean Payton to dinks and dunks. But hey, like I've said many, many times, I don't really care. You could walk on all fours all the way down the field if it works, as long as we get wins. That's all I care about. I just want to get wins. I don't care how you win. We won 10-9, a lot like last year with that final score, 10-9 against the Jets, but we won. And then we blew out the Raiders, and we won. And we basically kind of in a way blew out Tampa Bay before that, and we won. That's what I'm talking about. I don't care how it happens. Just win the freaking game, period. That's all I want. That's all I ask. That's all I want. All right. Christopher Earl actually says that missed snap was both Bo and Sean. Sean wanted to run the ball, that play, but Bo changed the play, and the center thought it was still under the center snap. Oh, interesting. Okay. That makes sense. That makes total sense. Absolutely. Now, I wonder if that was the one that that they got in that heated argument on the sideline. And I'll get into that too here in just a little bit. But I kind of wonder. I mean, Bo Nix is not afraid to change the play if he sees what he sees on the field. I mean, it's different vantage point on the sideline, seeing what's going on, than it is behind center or walking up to the line and seeing what the defense shows you. So it's totally different. And so I think that's a great point. That's a great point, Christopher. I really do appreciate it. Kamani Dixon says our offensive line just got to protect Bo Nix. They got to step their game up, offline no matter who's starting. Kamani, you're absolutely 100%. They have to step it up, but they have major injuries. And when you have injuries, and now you're down to the third right side of the ball. And like I said, I'll get into all these topics, guys, all these things that you're bringing up. I got topics on. So yeah, we got to protect, but if you're down to your third string, that's kind of risky, and like I mentioned before, you've got a Khalil Mack and you've got a Nick Bosa. Those guys are just chomping at the bit to just run over Bronco players. Now, I'm not saying, nor do I even want the Chargers to win. Everybody knows that. I mean, come on. Everybody needs to know that. All right. I don't care what pictures come up with my face on somebody else's body. That's not me. Anyways, bottom line is they have to protect 100%. Absolutely. I just have major doubts. Major doubts. I do. I just have major doubts. I mean, look at last week against the Raiders, man. I mean, they got some pass rushes, and they stopped some of our plays and whatnot. So it's not going to be any different against the Chargers. It's not going to be any different. In fact, it might even be harder because now you got a Harbaugh as our head coach on the other side, and I don't know. He knows the game. He knows what he's doing. So let's just find out. Avatar, my friend, what the heck where have you been, my friend? Glad to have you in the chat, man. Glad to have you in the chat. Troy should have caught that pass. If it hits your hands, you should catch it. I totally agree. Totally agree. And I don't know how in heaven's name he missed that, Avatar. I really don't. Wide open. Just, I don't get it. I don't understand. Hey, catching a ball in the college is the same as catching the ball in the NFL. And if you're that wide open, you should be able to make that catch. Absolutely 100% agree with you. Absolutely agree with you. Let's see. Kamani said, I said last time on here that the Raiders game was going to be a Bo Nix breakout. Yes, you did. Yes, you did, Kamani. You're absolutely right. And yes, it was a Bo Nix breakout game. I agree. But it was all because Patrick Surtain set it up. If that game goes to 17-3 and not 10-10, it's a whole different ballgame because now Denver's not tied. They are trailing by 14. That's a completely different outlet, completely different game calling. Completely different, how you go about. All of a sudden, the Raiders would have complete momentum. The crowd would have been silent. But no, the crowd was electric because PS2 ran it back 100 yards. 100 yards for a touchdown. So that was fantastic. Let's see. So LTB says hi. I said, what's up, LTB? Glad to have you, my friend. Glad to have you. Kamani also said, like I said, if first, second, or third string step up their game, this is the NFL. I agree. They have to step up their game. This is the NFL. I just don't know if they're going to be able to do it. Hopefully they can. I just don't know if they're going to be able to do it. All right. Avatar said, Bill, did you see that the quarterback coach had Bo's back with Bo and Sean were yelling? Yes, I did. He stepped in between them. He absolutely stepped in between them and basically told Sean, from what I read and what I heard, basically told Sean, hey, stop. Enough's enough. Let it go. And then they separated and they walked away. And after that, Bo Nix and the Broncos took off. So I don't know what was said, but what was ever said was so awesome that the QB coach stepped in and literally separated. Not that it was going to get to the point. Not that it was going to get to the point of a Russell Wilson, Sean Payton type of thing, but no. But still, it was great to see that. Totally great to see that. All right, let me get back to the topics, and let's go on to the next one. Speaking of Bo Nix, let's go to that topic, and here it is. According to CBS Sports, Cody Benjamin, Bo Nix is the worst. Huh? Bo Nix is the worst quarterback in the league? Come on, dude. Seriously? How can you be the worst quarterback in the league and you're 3-2 and there's teams out there that are 1-3? And I know people are going to say, well, it's because of the defense or this guy. We'll say, oh, it's because of the defense and the defense is what's keeping them in the game and blah, blah, blah. And if it wasn't for the defense and PS2 returning that kickoff, not kickoff, but that pick six, that could have been a whole different outcome. You're right. It could have been a whole different outcome, but it wasn't. And when Bo Nix needed to do what Bo Nix did, he did what he needed to do. Well, that's a tongue twister. All right, let me get back to this. Benjamin said, and listen closely, Benjamin said, and Bo Nix is 3-2 to start his rookie campaign, but that's mostly in spite of a wildly erratic passing performance. Okay, so he's made some overthrows. He's made some throws that are at the feet, or he's made some throws, but you know what? They're not intercepted. That's right, they're not intercepted. It's not a turnover. He still lived to play another down. So that's the key. Hey, Benjamin, listen, okay? Now he goes on and says, and I'm still quoting, his mobility has come in hand in avoiding sacks for consecutive games. However, consecutive games, and end quote, I'm sorry. Wow, Nix is the worst quarterback with a 3-2 record? I doubt it, seriously. I don't know what they're basing it on. I don't know what in heaven's name he's basing it on. When you're 3-2, you can't be the worst quarterback in the league. You just can't. How can you be the worst quarterback when you're 3-2? I'm going to get to some stats here in just a little bit regarding Bo Nix and his stats. And I want you guys to tell me if you think he's the worst quarterback in the NFL. But I got some other stuff, man, that is just going to bulletin board material. Hopefully, some bulletin board material. All right, let's go to the third topic. And here it is. This is unfortunate. And I don't know if you guys saw the game, but when Tyler Beatty was hit in the back on a tackle and fumbled, subsequently fumbled, but when it got hit in the back, it didn't look that bad. I mean, it was a fumble. The ball got jarred loose. Yeah. But then he kind of laid on the ground and then he got up, went to the sideline and kind of collapsed. So it could have been, a stinger in the back. It could have been, nerve damage. It could have been whatever the issue was or is. Here is the situation with Tyler Beatty. The Denver Broncos have placed Tyler Beatty on the IR with a back injury he suffered when hit from behind in the first quarter of the New York Jets game. Beatty won't be eligible to return to Week 9 against the Baltimore Ravens November 3rd. The good news is Ade Estemin will be eligible to return from the IR this week. That's great news. But unfortunate news for Tyler Beatty. Man, that just stings, man. That stings. And it's sad because he's doing well. He was having a great game in that game. And just unfortunate hit. And it's just kind of weird how you can get hit certain places in your body or whatever, and it looks innocent or it looks harmless, and then you're out for 4 weeks. And then there's other times where you just get lit up like a Roman candle and you bounce back up like nothing happened. Crazy game. Crazy game that we call football. Crazy game we call football. All right, before I get to the next topic, let me go back to the chat. David Johnson, nice to have you in the chat. Thank you so much for showing up. So let's go Broncos. Hope O-line stays strong this week. I hope they stay strong. My concern is the injuries and the replacements they're going to have to step in for those injured players. That's what bothers me. Because if you're the starting lineman, you're considered the best of the linemen that you have. If you drop down to second, okay, are they a distant second or are they a close second? Now the Broncos are on their third string at right side. And that does not bode well. That does not bode well. And I hope I'm wrong, guys. I hope I'm wrong. I hope the O-line just game, another home game, coming off the great win against the Raiders. So yeah, I hope the crowd's into it, and I hope that every single Bronco fan feeds off of that. That's what I really hope. All right. All right. Spence says Bo Nix is 3-2, and that's good, right? He's running to play against significant, tougher defenses. While the stats may not support it, Bo Nix is improving and showing great leadership. Yes, he is. Absolutely is. Great comment there, Spence. Really do agree with you. 100% agree with you. Keith O'Donnell says that guy's on crack. Bo's getting better each game. Yes, he is. I don't know where these critics come from. Are they watching the same games we are? Do they just hate Denver all that much that they just want to just bang on every quarterback the Broncos have, or what the deal is? I don't know, man. I really don't know. Really don't know. Okay. Kamani is shooting barbs at me. He says, Bill, you got to be positive and say the O-line will be outstanding. Okay. I would love to say that O-line is going to be outstanding, but I have to be honest with myself. I have to be forthright. I can't. I'm here. I'm a fan first, and I'm a person that speaks with emotion and passion and honesty. Okay, you guys all know that. I say at the beginning of my show each and every week, and I want to live up to that. And I'm trying to be honest. Honestly, I hope the O-line holds up. But being forthright and being, looking at, the pros and cons, it's going to be dicey. I don't know if the O-line is going to hold up. I really don't. I hope so. I want them to. I really think that they have a great chance to. I just don't know. And that's why I can't go out there 100% and go, oh, yeah, no problem, guys. We got this in the bag. I can't do that. That's not me. I'm like I said, I'm an honest person. I'm a very honest person. And I speak from the heart. I speak with passion and emotion, but I just got to be honest, dude. Just got to be honest. I don't know. I really don't know. Okay, Avatar says, interesting thing is Bosa's questionable for Sunday. Yeah, he is questionable, but somehow, some way, I think he's going to play. I really think he's going to play, whether they get shot up with cortisone or whatever they shoot him up with, kind of like a horse or something. I don't know. But I mean, I don't think for one moment that Bosa's going to want to miss this game. I really don't think he's going to want to miss it. Oh, come on. You got to stop, dude. You got to stop. Bill, he said, Bill, if you're going to be honest, just admit you're a Chargers fan. I'm not a Chargers fan. I am not a Chargers fan. Not at all. Come on, he asked, how's my mother-in-law? She's doing fine. I haven't seen her since I got home because I was doing all my notes and my shows and stuff, and I don't know where she was, but I'm assuming she's doing fine since I haven't seen her yet. Just top of the second, just going here, top of the second, Padres, Dodgers, no score, 2 outs. All right. I got to stay up on it, guys. If you look down below my name, it says Padres beat LA, Broncos beat LA. There you go. All right. Okay. So Rudy Torres, my brother-in-law from Las Vegas, is in the chat, says, yes, Bo Nix is becoming a good quarterback, but all we can do is hope and pray. Yeah, let's just, especially hope that he doesn't get injured or hurt or anything of that nature. So, yeah, it's, I don't know. Sunday's going to be interesting. Sunday is going to be interesting. And I'll have some comments about that as well. Kamani says, go Yankees. They're already in. They already beat the Kansas City Royals. So they are just waiting to see if they play Detroit or Cleveland. So there you go, Kamani. I gave you a shout out. I gave a shout out to my nephew and my grandson where it's talking about the Padres. And then now I got a shout out to you there, Kamani. So there you go. Jack Kenna, thank you so much for being in the chat. Really do appreciate it. Sorry about the Raiders, but hey, you guys owned us for 8 straight games. So thanks for allowing us to get one back, huh? We only got 7 more to go. Says Bill, congratulations on the win. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Felt good. It really did feel good. Considering that, 8 other times we had to kind of put our tail between our legs, so to speak. And, no doubt about that. Jack follows up by saying Richie was wrong in 6 to 7 sacks. I think they got what? Did they get 4? I think Denver got 4, maybe 4. But I was just really curious. I was just really curious as to why they took out Minshew. I know he was banged up. He was getting, chased down and all that stuff. But yeah, that's I was surprised at that. Jack Kennan follows up by saying it was 3 sacks. All right, cool, dude. Thank you so much. I knew it was 3 or 4, something like that. All right, let's go to the next topic. And here it is. NFL history. Here it comes. For the first time in NFL history, there were 2 100-yard defensive touchdowns on the very same day. One was Seattle's Rayshon Jenkins, and the other was, you got it, Denver's Patrick Surtain. Ironically, both players wear number 2. How ironic is that? Wow, first time in NFL history, and Patrick Surtain is in the history books as being one of the 2 players to ever have 100-yard or more, because I think Jenkins was 101 or 102, but 101 yards or more for a pick 6 or touchdown. Yeah, pick 6. So it's fantastic. Absolutely loved it. Changed the game for the Broncos, no doubt about it. But congratulations to Rayshon Jenkins and Patrick Surtain for being the only 2 players in NFL history to have 100 yards or more of a pick 6 on the same day. Congratulations, guys. That was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. All right. Here is the John Elway, Joe Nix. I don't know why I said Joe. John Elway, Bo Nix comparison. Now, this is interesting because for all those naysayers, going back to that guy that said that Bo Nix was the worst quarterback in NFL in this NFL season, worst quarterback, this might change people's minds out there. But a lot of people don't want to see this. But hey, comparison is comparison. Good, bad, or indifferent. So here we go. During the Broncos-Raiders game, Fox showed a comparison of Bo Nix to John Elway through the first 4 games. Now, this doesn't count the Raiders game because that game wasn't over yet. Okay? This was during the game. Okay? So Fox showed a comparison of Bo Nix to John Elway through the first 4 games of the rookie season. Here's the comparison. John Elway's rookie year was 1983. Obviously, Bo Nix's rookie year is 2024. Here's the comparison. Completion percentage. Okay? This is not for one game. This is for all 4 games. Okay? The first quarter of the NFL season, NFL schedule. First 4 games. Completion percentage. John Elway, 47%. Bo Nix, 60%. Now, a lot of people are going to say, yeah, it was check downs, and John Elway liked to throw the ball deep, and he had guys, that could get deep and all that. Okay, it's a different game back then than it is now. Doesn't matter. We're doing a comparison. So these are stat comparisons. All right, let me continue. Yards per game, passing yards per game. 96 yards, John Elway. 165 for Bo Nix. Touchdowns to interceptions, John Elway, 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions. 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions for Bo Nix. Identical. The record, identical. 2-2. But the telling stat is the first 2. Completion percentage, 47 Elway, 60 Bo Nix. Yards per game passing, 96 Elway, 165 Bo Nix. That's the difference. My thought is this. If Bo Nix can be anywhere or anything close to John Elway and John Elway's career and John Elway's Super Bowl appearances and John Elway's Super Bowl winning championships, I'm going to be ecstatic. Absolutely ecstatic. If those stats indicate anywhere close to what Bo Nix can be in his NFL career with the Denver Broncos, I am ecstatic. John Elway went to 5 Super Bowls. He won 2 back-to-back, 32 and 33. If Bo Nix gets to 5 Super Bowls, holy smokes, we're going to be a dynasty. I'll just be glad if he gets to 1 or 2. 5 might be stretching it. The NFL is totally different, now than they were then in '83 or during Elway's NFL career. But wow, that comparison is eye-opening to me. Absolutely eye-opening to me when it comes to the completion percentage and the yards passing per game. That is absolutely, absolutely fantastic. And I just hope he keeps it up. Absolutely hope he keeps it up. All right, let me go back to the chat real quick before I get on to the next topic. Let's see. Somebody, Jack Kenneth says, Minshew eating boogers. Somebody mentioned that. Who was it? Somebody mentioned that to me. I guess it was at the golf course I was working. Somebody mentioned, and I didn't believe them. I thought they were just making it up. But I don't know. Somebody said they caught him picking his nose, and just saying. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Jack follows up by saying that Surtain pick 6 changed the entire game. Absolutely. Instead of being down 17-3 or even 13-3, it was 10-10. So that's a huge difference. That's a huge difference. So, yeah, absolutely. Totally 100% changed the game. Let's see. Jack Kenneth chimes in, since Max Crosby is 3 sacks away to breaking the Raiders' all-time Raiders history in sacks versus Denver. Wow. Well, you got another game. Towards the end of the season. So we'll see what happens there. That game will be in Vegas. So we'll see what happens then for sure. All right. Let's go to the next topic. And that is the blow up between Bo Nix and Sean Payton. Here it is. When Patrick Surtain, wait a minute, how'd that get in there? Wait a minute. Nix and Payton. Wait a minute, guys. I got to go back to that. Because things got messed up all of a sudden. What the heck? What? Mike, what are you trying to do to me, man? Let's see. Where is it? I don't have it. Okay, I'm just gonna put this in there. I know it says Nix Payton. I'm gonna go back to where it says Surtain. I'm gonna go back. Excuse me, guys. I'm going back to the Surtain one because this is about Surtain. I don't know where that is. Okay, anyways, here we go, guys. When Patrick Surtain faces the opponent's number 1 wide receivers, here are the results combined so far this season. Now, people have said that Patrick Surtain is maybe second best corner in the NFL. Number 1, guys. Number 1, Patrick Surtain is the best corner in the entire NFL. Shutdown corner, no doubt about it. Hands down, no questions asked. Here it is. There has been 87 routes, 7 catches for a total of 75 yards. He also has not given up a single touchdown. Those number 1 receivers are, listen to this. Let me go back to that. He's had 87 routes that he's had to protect. He's given up 7 catches for a total of 75 yards. That's about 10 yards a catch. Okay. All right. But no touchdowns allowed. Now listen to this. Listen to who those receivers are. Metcalf, Pickens, Evans, and Wilson. Talk about the best corner in the NFL. Yeah, that guy, Pat Surtain, is the best corner in the NFL, period. Oh, did I mention that he also got a pick 6 of 100 yards? Yeah, I did. Yeah, he is absolutely the best corner in the entire NFL. Now, let me give you a little side note. Right before that game against the Raiders, Champ Bailey and Pat Surtain exchanged jerseys, signed jerseys. Champ Bailey signed his jersey, and not Cortland. And Pat Surtain signed his jersey, and they exchanged it. So Surtain's jersey went to Champ Bailey. Champ Bailey's jersey went to Pat Surtain. Ironically, Pat Surtain did his best impression of a Champ Bailey return of 100 yards. Unfortunately, against the Patriots, when Champ Bailey intercepted it for 100 yards, the ball went through the end zone before he could get a touchdown. But it was still 100-yard interception. Pat Surtain's ended up being a 100-yard pick six. Great imitation, Surtain. You don't have to be in anybody's shadow, dude. You are the greatest cornerback in the entire NFL this year and last year and the year before. And when you were drafted, you were the best. Hands down, no questions asked. All right. Now, since I don't know where that next topic would be under Nix and Peyton, I'm just going to go ahead and back out of this because I am going to do the hang on. I'm going to do the jackass of the week, but I'm going to do it right after the comments. All right. Spence, don't tell me that, dude. Don't tell me that. Spencer said Dodgers take the lead 1-0. Boo. Boo. No, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But hey, got to come back. Got to come back somehow, some way. Keith O'Donnell's talking about the blow up between Nix and Sean Payton. He says it wasn't a blow up; it was just a conversation. Yeah, but it was pretty heated. You could tell it was pretty heated. There's no doubt about that. No doubt about that. Let's see. Spence says Nix Elway comparison. You can't do it right now. Best to wait until year two or three. That wasn't me doing the comparison. That was Fox doing it. And they were talking about the first 4 games of each person's rookie year. And basically they were just saying, hey, if Bo Nix is on the same path as a John Elway, what could happen down the future? That's basically all they're saying. And I totally agree. I'd like to see those little chunks of comparison because you can be way off or you can be close. And I like the fact that he's close. So, and got the same record, 2-2. I get it. I like it. I like it a lot. I do agree, though, Spence, that you do got to give it a year or two and see what happens. A lot of things can change, but I like the direction it's going right now. That's basically, what I love about it is it's going in the right direction. All right. I am going to get to the jackass of the week. And guys, I just don't understand. I just don't understand that people keep doing these same things over and over and over. I'm not saying the same person, but the same type of things with different players. And they just don't get it. They think they're invincible. And I know, when you're in your 20s and you got a whole lot of money, you think you're bulletproof and, 10 feet tall and bulletproof, and these guys aren't. You're not above the law. You're not above, hurting somebody or doing some major harm. You're not above it. Not whatsoever. Okay. Here it is. This week's jackass of the week.
You suck, you jackass.
All right. Last Saturday, New England safety Jabril Peppers was arrested and charged with strangulation. Yeah. Charged with strangulation and drug possession. Peppers was charged with assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, strangulation, and possession of a Class B substance believed to be cocaine. Man, I've heard it all now. I've totally heard it all now. All right, let me continue. According to the police, the woman alleged that Peppers hit her, choked her at least 2 times? Maybe 3 times, huh? No, double that. Choked her at least 6 times, took off her clothes, and pushed her outside. So now she's naked outside. How embarrassing is that? Okay, you've been hit, or not you, but she's been hit. She's been choked 6 times, and now she's naked outside? Let me continue. Police also said Peppers shoved the woman to the ground, shoved her head into a wall. Here goes that wall thing again. I said this on my last jackass of the week, that some guy, I forget who it was, shoved, a girlfriend head through the wall. This says shoved her head into a wall. Was it a cardboard wall? No, I doubt it. A drywall? Possibly. How about a brick wall or a stone wall? Doesn't say. It says a wall. That's bad enough. That's bad enough. Let me continue. And put his hands, hang on, this is lengthy, so I got to grab my next sheet. And put his hand around her neck to strangle her. The woman told police she and Peppers had been dating on and off for about 3 years. Well, that's stupid. I'd say that dating ends like right now. Like done. Should have been done a long time ago. Didn't you see this coming? This can't be the first time he's ever done this. I doubt seriously it's the first time. Because usually, not that I'm accused of it, but just by going, because I haven't, I don't mean accused, but not that I've done it, because I haven't. But I mean, people who do crazy things like this don't usually do it to this extent the very first time. They just don't. It's a progressive thing. It's a progressive thing. I work with, at the golf course, I work with a couple of retired police officers. And they tell me all the time that stuff like this doesn't happen overnight. It's a progressive. You start out small and you get more and more and more and more. That's what happens. So obviously this isn't the first time. And she didn't catch it the first time or the second time or however many times it's been. Well, she better catch it now. She better catch it now. That's what I'm saying. Let me continue. They're hearing, this is what blows me away. The hearing is scheduled for November 22nd, but Peppers was allowed to waive his appearance. You're kidding me, right? Absolutely freaking kidding me. If that was you or me, oh boy, we wouldn't be let out. You think we'd be let out to go to our job? Nope, not at all. We would not be let out to go to our job. No way, shape, or form. Not happening. Not going to happen. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Let me continue. All right, here we go. The NFL said they are aware and would have no further comment. Okay, maybe they want to do their investigation and all that. That's all well and good. I get it. I understand it. I can appreciate it. But the next comment is by the Patriots head coach. Listen to this. Patriots head coach Jared Mayo said, and I quote, "We don't know enough to say he, Peppers, shouldn't be in our building," end quote. You don't know enough? You don't know enough. Didn't I just read what he is accused of? What she says he did? You know full well that she's been examined by a medical staff. You know she's been examined by a hospital or a doctor or something. All of this is it's not hearsay. It's not like she just made it up. People were calling in saying, "Hey, there's a disturbance at this house. It sounds like a domestic violence or domestic argument." That's why the police came out. Well, if neighbors can hear it and things are going on, don't you think if she's being strangled or in the process of being strangled, she's not going to scream? You don't think none of that's going to happen? You think it's all made up? No, it's not. And for the Patriots to say, "Oh, well, we don't have enough information. We don't have enough information to say that, she's or that he can't come in the building." Oh my gosh. These teams, they want their players in there so badly. He's a safety. They want the players in there so badly, they will turn a blind eye and look the other way. NFL does it all the time. And apparently that judge did it to allow him to be able to waive his sentencing or his hearing date. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable what these guys get away with because they're professional athletes at the NFL level. Just absolutely just blows my mind. If it was everyday, ordinary Joe Blow citizen, that ain't happening. They ain't getting off. They ain't getting off one bit. Guaranteed. Absolutely guaranteed. All right. Let's back out of this Jackass of the Week, and we'll go back to the chat and the topics.
You suck, you jackass.
All right, put the topics back up there. I did find the Nick Payton. I don't know how it got. I'm the one that made the mistake. Got shuffled in my paperwork. All right, Let's get back to the chat. It says, hey, JC Weaver, what's going on, man? Nice to have you in the chat. Thank you so much. It says, how you doing, Bronco Bill? Excited to see our defense against the aggressive running attack LA will bring. Do you? Or I'm assuming you say, do you think we'll hold up? I don't know. I mentioned that earlier. I don't know. Our O-line looks a little bit banged up, obviously. It just looks like, we got a third string on the right side. But obviously that's the side that Bo Nix will be able to see the most, obviously, because he's a right-handed passer, so it'll be kind of facing that direction. I really do hope it holds up. I don't know. I know that they have an aggressive running attack. I hope our defense can hold up. Our defense, I'll get into that a little bit later in the show, is what our defense is ranked. I don't know. We don't seem to be able to stop the run all that often or all that well. So I don't know. I have mixed thoughts, and I don't even have a prediction score yet for this game because I just am so up in the air as to how our O-line is going to be, how our defense is going to hold up, how the pass rush of the Chargers is going to be able to get into and disrupt Bo Nix when Bo Nix was kind of disheveled against Seattle in their pass rush. So I don't know. I don't know at what – I don't even know what I even think about who's going to win this game. But I'll get into that in just a little bit. Jack Kenneth said, I just dropped in to say congratulations. Enjoy the win. Patrick Surtain's a beast. He is, man. He's absolutely amazing. And I'll tell you what, I am so glad he didn't listen to his dad and want to walk away from Denver. So glad he didn't do that because he needs to stay in Denver, and Denver locked him up for a long time. And here's the reason why, because we're moving upward. We're not moving downward like Surtain's dad said. We're moving upward, and things are going to get better. And Surtain is a cornerstone to this defense. Absolutely 100% cornerstone. Jack Kenneth says, hit the thumbs up, the like button. Absolutely. Please, guys, do me a favor. Do everybody a favor on the MHRT network as well as my own channel, Bronco Breakdown. Go to MHRT, give a thumbs up for this show. Go to my channel and give a thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. You guys are the best. Really do. Thank you each and every week. You guys are the backbone of the show, and I mentioned that many, many times. Kamai says, when you got money, you get a pass for your dirt. I don't agree. I hate that. I absolutely hate that with a passion. And I don't like double standards. I hate double standards with an absolute passion. Hate double standards because it's okay for what I do, but you can't do it. Or you can do this, but nobody else can. I don't like it. I hate it. No, it's okay. JC Weaver said, sorry, I can't type. I meant, will Justin Stannard hold up as a tackling linebacker replacement? I sure hope so. He's played well at times. He's got to hold up. First and foremost, we got to stop the run, because I don't think the Chargers really have that great of receivers. But, if we can't stop the run and we can't stop the rush Bosa and Nick Bosa and Khalil Mack, we're gonna be a world of hurt. And so let's just hope. Let's just hope for the best, guys. Hope for the best. All right. Wait a minute. All right, let's go to the next topic, which is the blow up or the sideline argument or the casual conversation, whatever, of Bo Nix and Sean Payton. Here it is. During the game Sunday against the Raiders, the TV cameras caught Bo Nix and Sean Payton exchanging angry words on the sideline. For rookie Bo Nix to get in Sean Payton's face takes some spunk. Both head coach and franchise quarterback want to win. That's obvious. and the heated exchange was a result of a changed play that Payton didn't want changed. Okay, that's great. Sean Payton doesn't want the play changed, but Bo Nix sees something totally different. Sees something on the field that Sean Payton can't possibly see. Sean Payton's on the sideline like this. Okay, he's looking across this way. He's only seeing one side. Bo Nix is like this. He's saying the front, the back, the side. He's seeing the whole field in front of him. If he sees a defense lining up and looking a different formation than what the play that Sean Payton called, why not change it? You have every right to change it. But Sean Payton didn't like it. And I'm not sure. I think that was the one where he threw the ball to Troy Franklin and Franklin missed it. Sean Payton didn't want that play called. He wanted his play to be run, but it wasn't. Bo Nix changed the play, and that's what irritated Sean Payton. But then to have the quarterback's coach step in between Sean Payton and Bo Nix and separate him and basically tell Sean, hey, let it go, dude. It's over. It's done with. Let it go. Stop. Don't keep talking about it. Walk away. Take the higher road. Whatever he said, that kind of thing. Yeah, absolutely. That's what you got to do. You got to do. You got to take charge. And I love the fact that Bo Nix didn't back down. Bo Nix like, I ain't taking this. I'm not taking this. I'm telling you exactly why I did it. And it should have worked and it could have worked. It didn't, but it should have and it could have. All right. Let me get back to the chat. It's blowing up. You guys are great. Let's see. I'm trying to spit it out, man. Sometimes my mind starts thinking so fast that I'm like, blah, 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 like that. I mean, just like, my mind's going faster than I can talk. So, who is the Chargers running back? That's a great one. Come on. I don't know because they got rid of whoever they had before. I can't remember him because I don't pay attention to the Chargers because the Chargers because I don't like them. So I forgot who the running back is, but yeah, he is pretty quick. And Denver's going to have to do everything they can to stop him. Let's see. Keith O'Donnell says, I think Bo just told Sean Payton to let me throw the ball down the field. That's true. Maybe he did. I don't know. But I like the fact that Bo Nix is not afraid as a rookie to change the play, not afraid to take the bull by the horn, so to speak, and to make this team his own team. That's what he needs to do. Bo Nix needs to make this team his team. And when your quarterback coach steps in and protects you and has your back, that is a very strong message that, hey, I'm running this team, right? I'm doing what I want to do. I'm doing what I see on the field. And when he does that, 34 points went up on the board against the Raiders. So that's fantastic. Rudy says they have to vent. Absolutely. I mean, it's like anything in life, it's like husband and wife. Sometimes it's like parent and child. It's like boss and, worker. It's like two co-workers, whatever it is, you got to be able to vent. You got to be able to express yourself but you got to be able to do it in a very diplomatic way. I mean, you don't want to just, excuse me, guys, you just don't want to go off and just lose your cool and just go nuts. You don't want to do that. That's not beneficial to anybody. All right, guys, thanks. Get that tickle out of my throat. All right, let's go back to the next topic, and that is it's now listed as stupid Jets. It says Jets fire Robert Saleh or however Mike told me I was supposed to say it, which I knew I was going to screw up. But anyways, it's all good. The New York Jets have fired head coach Robert Saleh. Okay, just recently, just several days ago. Aaron Rodgers and Saleh reportedly had a heated argument. There goes another argument again. Different team, coach, quarterback. A heated argument after a post-game press conference, and Rodgers refused to look at Saleh per a team source. Okay. Their relationship began to deteriorate when Saleh threw Rodgers under the bus. Ooh, that's not good. You don't want to throw your number one quarterback under the bus, especially Aaron Rodgers, who wanted to come to the Jets because of Nathaniel Hackett. And I'll get into that. Hang on. Rodgers and Jets owner had a meeting, and soon after, Soleil was fired. The interim head coach is Jeff Albright. Okay, now the owner of the Jets said that during the meeting it had nothing to do with firing Soleil. Really? Had nothing to do with firing Soleil. Huh. They have a meeting, and soon after, Soleil's gone. Rodgers and Soleil didn't see eye to eye. In fact, he wouldn't even look at him eye to eye. And firing of Soleil had nothing to do with Rodgers. Yeah, right. I totally disagree. Totally disagree. Excuse me. Totally disagree. Because it wouldn't have happened that soon. And Soleil says, no, we just talked about general things and how we can turn this team around and blah, blah, blah. And a few minutes or several minutes later, whatever, Soleil's gone. Not buying it. Not buying the fact that Rodgers had no hand in it. That, to me, is an absolute joke. Speaking of Rodgers and no hand into it, let's go to the next topic, which is Hackett demoted. Listen to this. This will get Rodgers' feathers ruffled. Boy, I'm so glad we didn't get Rodgers. Can you imagine all of this drama on the Broncos? You thought the whole Russell Wilson drama was bad. Well, Russell Wilson's in the rearview mirror, way down the road. This is ongoing, involving Rodgers, involving the Jets, involving Soleil being fired, involving Nathaniel Hackett being demoted. Yeah, the Jets are imploding, absolutely imploding. And it started with the Broncos when we beat them, and then it followed up by the Vikings beating them over in London. Listen to this. In just the second day of interim head coach for the Jets, he made a major shakeup in play calling responsibilities. Nathaniel Hackett has been demoted from his offensive coordinatorship position. Wow. Rodgers ain't going to like that. I guarantee you Rodgers ain't going to like that. This move has an added layer of significance because Hackett is an Aaron Rodgers confidant. There you go. The connection. Rodgers in Green Bay, Rodgers in the Jets, Rodgers and Hackett in the Jets, and Hackett in Denver when he was trying to get Rodgers to come to Denver. Let me continue. That was one of the major reasons Rodgers wanted to be traded to the Jets. The new play caller is Todd Downing, a former Titans offensive coordinator. Hackett will remain, this is interesting, Hackett will remain on the Jets in an undisclosed role. Wow. Is he even going to be on the sideline? Is he even going to be anywhere near the playing field? Is he going to be up in the coach's box? What's he doing? He's not offensive coordinator? Is he a glorified clipboard holder? What's he going to do? Can he even give advisors? Can he sit down if he's on sideline? Can he sit down with Rodgers and talk to him? I don't know. Undisclosed role. You know, it'd be interesting. Be interesting, and I believe the Jets might have a morning game Sunday. It'd be interesting to watch that game and see if they even show Hackett or even talk about Hackett not being the offensive coordinator play caller. Be interesting if they said where he was, what he was doing. I think I might tune into that game just to kind of see where he may be. It's interesting because Rodgers, Rodgers got to be one pissed off dude. He has got to be angry, furious, irritated. He didn't like Soleil. He loves Hackett, but Hackett's not the play caller anymore. It's going to be interesting. Stay tuned for the New York Jets drama week by week. It's going to be interesting. Very interesting. All right. Go back to the comments real quick. Kamani Dixon says, Bo told Sean, I am not Russell. You're going to listen to me. I ain't going to stand here and let you talk crazy to me. Well, you know what? I would not be surprised if something like that happened. I wouldn't be surprised if something like that was said. Not at all. I mean, Bo Nix is the kind of guy that I saw isn't going to back down. You're not just going to stand there like Russell Wilson and just take it. You're not going to do it. He's going to stand up for himself. Say, hey, this is what I'm seeing on the field. You can't see it from where you're standing. I can see it from where I'm standing. That's why I'm going to do what I'm going to do. Okay? Now, I don't know if there's a little bit of, fear in Bo Nix thinking that he might be benched for something like that. I doubt it. That's not going to happen. But I don't know, man. Just it just takes some little cojones, man. Little cojones to stand up and just stand there and fire back to a veteran, seasoned veteran head coach. Kamani follows up by saying Rodgers is a crybaby. He loves getting coaches fired. Well, that's probably true. Rodgers is a crybaby. I can't stand him. I can't. I am so glad we didn't have him on our team. And I know that, the whole Russell Wilson thing was a shambles and disgrace, and I get that, but he's not on the team anymore. Can you imagine if Rodgers was still on the Broncos? Oh, my gosh, with all this mess going on, or anything close to it, because, if Rodgers was in Denver, Hackett would still be here most likely. Wow. That would have been absolutely catastrophic. That would have been catastrophic. All right. Let's go to some bulletin board material. I'm thinking bulletin board material. And here it is. The O-line injuries. Come on, Bill. And then Mike misspelled the charges. He said, can we hold off the charges? Well, I'm hoping we can hold off the charges, as in charging the offensive line and trying to get back to Bo Nix. I'm sure hoping we can hold them off. And also, can we hold off the charges? In other words, don't charge their energy. Don't give them any reason to have any type of momentum. Shut down all types of momentum of the Chargers. So let's just hope the O-line can hold up. Here's that topic. Could this be bulletin board material? With the LA Chargers coming to Denver this Sunday and off of a bye, the injuries to Denver's offensive line could help the Chargers. Denver is going to be down to the third string right tackle, which does not bode well with Bosa and Mack on the opposite side. Absolutely does not bode well at all whatsoever. Let me continue. According to Bolt Beat, this is bad news, and here's where the bulletin board material comes in. Listen to this. This is bad news for a Denver team that has a rookie quarterback who is still learning what it takes to succeed in the NFL. Okay? Part of that's right. He's a rookie, and he's still learning, but he's succeeding in the NFL. He's not learning how to succeed. He is succeeding. Okay? After the second week 3, 4, and 5, he is succeeding. Got it? Listen, here we go. I'm talking to this guy here, not you guys. I know you guys get it. This idiot doesn't. Let me continue. All right, here we go. Nix is certainly nothing like the last quarterback the Chargers played. Who is that? That was Patrick Mahomes. Of course, Bo Nix is not Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes has been in the league for several years. He's won Super Bowl. Okay? Won back-to-back Super Bowls. Bo Nix hasn't even tasted anywhere near the playoffs, let alone the Super Bowl. Okay? But he's saying that Bo Nix is nowhere near. Good gosh, guys. My throat is dry. Sorry. Bo Nix is nowhere near Patrick Mahomes. No doubt about it. I'm not saying he is. Nobody's saying he is. But listen to this. This is where bulletin board material really goes big letters. Here we go. In fact, Bo Nix is more like the first two quarterbacks the Chargers played in Gardner Minshew and Bryce Young. Really? I ain't buying that. Bo Nix is better than Gardner Minshew. We just beat him, and much better than Bryce Young. I continue. It's not like the Chargers should be afraid. Oh my. Not like the Chargers should be afraid. I think I would stick all of that up on a bulletin board in big, bold letters for every Broncos player to see easily. Let me go over that again real quick. Nix is certainly nothing like the last quarterback the Chargers played. That quarterback was Patrick Mahomes. In fact, Nix is more like the first and second quarterback the Chargers played in Gardner Minshew and Bryce Young. It's not like the Chargers should be afraid. Bulletin board material. Bingo. That's the energy the Broncos need to feed off of. Look at that squarely. Take it to heart. Ingest it into your energy, into your veins, into your adrenaline, into your focus on the game. Do whatever you have to do to take that bulletin board material and use it on the football field. 55 yards wide, 100 yards long. Use it in between the lines to motivate the Denver Broncos to just annihilate and crush the Chargers. Just take the energy out of them completely. The crowd needs to get into this loud. The Broncos need to come out with a mindset, a focus, energy, passion, drive, whatever it is. Use that as bulletin board material and just say the Chargers should not be afraid. Okay. I would take that and run with it big time. Big time. All right. D-Rock is in the chat. D-Rock, what is up? He said, Big Bill. I said, what's up, Big D-Rock? How you doing, my friend? How you doing? Glad to have you in the chat. All right, guys. We are down to the last two topics, and those are the Denver defense, what they are ranked. Now, this is after 5 games, but this was taken, I believe. Yes, this is taken after, I believe, the 5th game or 4th game. Here it is. Listen to this. Vance Joseph. I remember a lot of people wanted Vance Joseph fired last year. I know I did. Okay. I'll own up to it. I wanted him fired because we looked like garbage, especially when we lost to the Dolphins 70, gave up 70 points. I wanted him done. I want him gone completely. Okay. But I understand, talking to several people, that he was trying to run a mixture of his defense along with Vic Fangio's defense, because that's what some of the players were used to. So I understand that when he said, well, heck with Fangio's, I'm just doing my own thing. That's what's working. Listen to this. This is great. Vance Joseph's self-made defense ranks 2nd in the entire NFL. They are 2nd in points allowed, 14.6 per game. 3rd in total yards, 271.2 per game. 5th in passing yards, 159.8 per game. 10th in rushing. That's what hurts. The 10th in rushing yards, 111.4 per game. 3rd in sacks, 19 for the season. I mean, for the games, and 7th in interceptions with 5. Okay. Joseph had this to say regarding those stats. We have a defense full of young guys who are mostly self-made. We have 1 first-rounder in Patrick Surtain. Everyone else are self-made. Everyone else are self-made that are grinders, playing together and being team-first guys. End quote. There you go. There you go. You have to work as a unit. I've mentioned that many times. You got to have spokes, just like you got to have people like spokes in a wheel, spokes that drive, that run the engine, that run the machine, that do whatever. If those spokes are misaligned, it's not going to run. It's going to break apart the teeth. It's going to damage the wheels, and it's eventually not going to run. Not going to work. But when the machine is running the way it should, and the spokes or the gears are coming together like they should, and it's running smoothly, that's a well-oiled machine. And that's exactly what Vance Joseph is saying when he's saying that it's team first with these guys. And everybody's playing, they're grinders and they're self-made. In other words, they work extremely hard to be what they have to be for the team in that particular position. They may not be great at that position, but they're trying to make themselves be great because they're trying to be self-made or are being self-made. And they're coming together as a unit, as a machine, as a well-oiled team And that's what Vance Joseph is molding into this defense. And the Denver Broncos right now, heading into week 6 against the Chargers, are ranked number 2 in defense in the entire NFL. Wow. Wow. If that doesn't speak volumes about where Vance Joseph has come as a defensive coordinator, I don't know what does. Because that is absolutely, totally 180 degrees from what he was last year. And he even admitted that he tried to mesh Fangio's and his own scheme together and just didn't work. So he abolished Fangio's, went to his own, and the results are basically lights out. Number 2 ranked defense in the entire NFL. That is fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic. All right. D-Rock says, I hope to see Parham this Sunday. Yeah, that would be great. That would be good. That would be really good to see. Just don't know. Just don't know if that's going to happen. But that would be good. That would be great. All right, guys. We head into the very last topic of the show. This is the prediction for the Broncos Chargers game this Sunday. Let me remind you guys once before I get to the last topic. The Broncos neighborhood will be this Sunday. And it's going to be a fun show because it's the Broncos Chargers. It's going to be Sunday. I believe it's 1:05 or 1:25 Pacific time. Not sure. Check your local listings like they usually say. And look forward to seeing you guys joining us in the chat for the Broncos neighborhood with Madungus Creevy and myself. All right, let's get to the Broncos Chargers prediction for this Sunday at Mile High Stadium. Here we go. With the LA Chargers at 2-2, the Denver Broncos at 3-2, the Chargers coming to Denver, it will be Oregon Duck versus Oregon Duck. What do I mean by that? Quarterback versus quarterback. Herbert and Knicks. The game is at Denver, but it's the Chargers who are favored by 2.5 points. What? Chargers favored? Wait a minute. Chargers favored by 2.5 points, and they have their records 2-2, and Denver's 3-2. And they're basing it on what? I don't know. Are they saying that the Broncos barely got past the Jets? Okay, 1 point or 101 point, doesn't matter. How many wins did the Miami Dolphins get when they scored 70 points against Denver last year? How many wins did they get? Oh, just one? Oh, okay. Well, they won by a lot, like 50 points, and you only get one win for that? Oh, so if you win by 1 point, you still get one win. That's the point. Doesn't matter whether it's one run, 1 point, or 1 run, 1 point, or 50 points. Doesn't matter. A win is a win, and a loss is a loss. And then the Broncos, rolled over Tampa Bay, and then the Broncos rolled over the Raiders. Yeah, they got off to a slow start, but it's not how well you start, it's how well you finish. And the Broncos won that game going away. And the Chargers are favored by 2.5 points? Seriously. 2.5. Well, when you're the home team, you get 3. So basically they're saying that the Chargers were favored by 5.5 because you take away the 3 from the Broncos getting 3 points. You take that away and you end up with 2.5. I don't see how in the world the Chargers are favored by 2.5. I don't get it. Is it because of Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa? I don't know. Maybe. Is it due to the Broncos' injuries? Is it due to Bo Nix being a rookie going against one of his former college alumni in Justin Herbert? Is it because of John Harbaugh, the head coach? I don't know what it is. But 2.5 points on the road in Denver? I find that hard to believe, except the fact that Justin Herbert has more experience and in the NFL than Bo Nix. Do I think that makes a big difference? To a certain degree, yes. But I don't say the Chargers are juggernauts. They're not. They're not that good. They really aren't. They lost to the Steelers and they lost to the Chiefs. We lost to the Steelers and we haven't played the Chiefs yet. But that's beside the point. you have to play the teams that your schedule shows. The Broncos barely beat the Jets. So what? It doesn't matter. You've got to play the teams that are on your schedule. I just mentioned that. So say what you want about the schedule, or anybody out there say what they want about the schedule. It doesn't matter. The Broncos will end up playing the Chiefs twice, and the Chargers one more time, and the Raiders one more time. Okay? That's on the schedule. But as of right now, the Broncos are at home against the Chargers, and they're a 2.5-point underdog. And they got bulletin board material. What do I think is going to happen in this game? Well, before I came on the show, I mulled it over, and I thought, there is no way the Broncos are winning this game. There's just no way. They lost to Pittsburgh at home with, Justin Fields, who's not really that good. And they lost to Pittsburgh when they had every opportunity to beat them because we had bulletin board material, so to speak. And the fact that Russell Wilson was on the Steelers, and you knew Russell Wilson wanted to beat the Broncos whether he started or not. So if the Broncos lost that game, maybe the Broncos can lose this game. I picked the Broncos before the season started to beat the Chargers in this week. I'm not too sure now. And I'm not going, and I know what's going to happen. If I pick the Chargers to win, people are going to say, well, see, I knew he's a closet Charger fan all the way. I knew it. That's not what I'm saying. That's not even close to what I'm saying. That's not even the point. The point I'm trying to make is this. I'm trying to be honest, guys. I'm trying to say exactly how I see it. And I did pick the Broncos to lose against Tampa Bay, and we won. So if I pick the Chargers to win, it's not because I want them to. It's because of the circumstances, the situation the Broncos are in. We lost to Pittsburgh at home, and we had every opportunity to beat them. Do I think the Broncos can beat the Chargers? I do think they can beat the Chargers. Do I think, honestly, 100%, 75% we can beat them? 80%? No. 60% we can beat them? No. 50-50. 50-50. And it's going to have to come down to the defense again. I absolutely believe it's got to come down to the defense, just like it did against the Raiders. It came down to the defense, and once the defense set the mark, then the offense took off. That's got to happen again this week. So that being said, I'm going to go out on a limb and say this, preface it by saying this. If the Broncos defense can hold the Chargers offense in check and be that number 2 ranked defense that they are and show up as a number 2 ranked defense, Denver wins a game. If the Broncos defense gives up yardage and points like they were giving up against the Raiders when they're trailed 10-0, it could have been a lot worse if Patrick Surtain hadn't picked that off. Then the Broncos lose. So my final score is this. Okay? Denver's at home. Defense ranked number 2. We got bulletin board material. I'm saying the Broncos will win this game 20-16. Denver wins this game 20-16. All right, guys, there it is. I said it. I hope I didn't jinx it, but that's where I'm going with. Broncos 20, San Diego, LA 16. All right, 2016. Kamani comes in and says Broncos 27, Chargers 16. D-Rock chimes in and says it's the Quack Bowl. Hey, I like that. That's pretty cool. Quack, 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 quack. That's good. I like that. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. D-Rock says Broncos country, embrace the hate, doubt, they will see. Absolutely. Sure hope you're right, D-Rock. Sure hope you're right. D-Rock follows that up by saying 24-19 Chargers. Wow, D-Rock. I almost said the Chargers. I almost flipped the 2016 Chargers. But I thought, you know what? I got to go with that number 2 ranked defense. I got to go with the fact that that's bulletin board material, and hopefully they pay attention to it. So, okay, here we go. D-Rock explains why he picked the Chargers. Just hear me out. I picked the Chargers because the last 3 games I chose the other teams to win, and they lose. So I'm counting the tradition. Okay, or continuing the tradition. I'm sorry. Okay, good. All right, good. I hope you're right, D-Rock. That's what I did against the Buccaneers. I picked the Buccaneers to win. Denver won. So I'm hoping that you that your prediction backfires or continues to turn into a loss. So I'm hoping that you're absolutely 100% correct. That I'm not supporting my team, the Chargers, because they are not my team. They're not my team. That's why. Exactly why. All right, guys. Just want to. Whoop. Yep. There we go. Everything has been it's been talked about. I just want to thank each and every one of you guys for being in the chat, like always, for watching wherever you may be. Thank you so much for taking a time out of about almost an hour and a half of your Friday evening to listen to this crazy guy talk sports. I really do appreciate it. You guys are the best. I wouldn't be able to do the show nearly as good as I do it with you guys. You guys are the backbone. You make the show. You participate in the show, whether you're in the chat or not. You support by watching the show, by hitting the thumbs up, like button, and telling your friends about it. Really, really do appreciate greatly. All right, guys, let me go down those who were in the chat. I do this each and every week. If they can take the time out to be in the chat, I can take the time out to recognize them one last time. Thanks so much to Spencer for being in the chat. Really do appreciate it. Christopher Earl Ashley, thank you so much. Rudy Torres, Kamani Dixon, thank you so much. Avatar, thank you a bunch to be in. LTB, thank you so much. David Johnson, really do appreciate you guys' comments. Keith O'Donnell, thank you so much. Going on down the list, Jack Kenna, thanks so much for being in. I know that the loss by the Raiders stung, but just thanks so much for jumping in. Really do appreciate it. Going on down the list, anybody else? I don't want to miss anybody. JC Weaver, thank you so much. He's part of the Orange and Blue network. Just glad to have him in. Thank you so much, JC Weaver. Really do appreciate it. Going on down the list, anybody else? I don't want to miss anybody. D-Rock wraps it up in the chat. Thank you so very, very much, all of you guys, for being in the chat each and every week. You guys, I hope you have a super, super Friday night, whatever you may be doing. Enjoy this sports weekend. We have the baseball playoffs are in full swing, getting closer to the World Series. Game 5 right now is going on between the Dodgers and the Padres. It is 1-0 Dodgers. I don't know what inning. I'm assuming it's probably about the 4th inning. This is winner moves on. Loser waits for next year. So, guys, enjoy the sports weekend. Let's go Broncos on Sunday. Let's take down the Chargers and get win number 4 in a row. And if you can, join the Broncos neighborhood with Dungus Creevy and myself. Really, really would appreciate it. It's a lot of fun, and we hope to see each and every one of you in the chat. Till then, guys, have a wonderful, fantastic weekend. That's it. That's all I got. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you have not, please do so. It helps greatly. And guys, you are the best. We will see you this coming Sunday if you're in the chat. If not, I will see you next Friday on Broncos Breakdown 5, 6, 7, and 8 on MHRT Network, as well as Broncos Breakdown on my YouTube channel. Till then, guys, have a fantastic evening, and we will talk to you then. Take care. Bye-bye.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Tempo's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle. Wait a minute, work hard for the car.